NYX and Half Caked. Hi, I'm Laura Ray, and today I want to share with you two brands. I have so many products I love from their brands. Most of you, I'm sure, are well acquainted with NYX. NYX has been around a long time. They have a lot of affordable makeup that works great, and I'll be sharing some of my favorites. But there's also a company I want you to know about that isn't talked about so much, and it's called Half Caked. Now, I purchased this through Amazon. This company was created by two sisters that live right here in Florida. So I love supporting two women who are so beautiful and fellow Floridians. Before I do any makeup, I love putting something super hydrating on my lips. I think this is amazing. I believe I first heard Jessica Braun talking about it. It's the NYX This Is Juice Gloss. It feels like a nice lip oil, and I bought Pomegranate Cloud. I love this on the lips. If you're like me and you wear something all the time on your lips, you don't like them just being dry without anything on them, I think this is fantastic for hydration. One of my all-time favorite primers is from NYX. It came out about a year ago. It's the Marshmallow Primer. This makes me feel like I could just wear this and no foundation. I never really felt that way from primers. Just the way it gives illumination to the skin, it just puts almost like a filter over the skin. And I don't say that lightly. It's rare that I ever have that feeling. I hear people use that term a lot about a filter, but this really does give a diffused look to the skin. It does have a slight marshmallow scent when you apply it to the skin. I'm very scent sensitive, but I can tell you this, it dissipates almost immediately. It's not bothersome to me, which most products are with a scent. So I feel comfortable using it. That's why I put off using it so long. I didn't buy it right when it came out because I kept hearing people talk about the scent, and I thought, that's not going to be for me. But I finally tried it after hearing so many great reviews about how it looked on the skin. I wanted to see if it would cause a reaction or if it would bother me, and it didn't. So I really think the NYX Marshmallow Primer is fantastic. Now let's talk about brows. I love from Half Caked their Fluffy Brow Gel. I've shown that before. I don't have it right now because I used it up, and I'm trying so many other new brow gels. It seems like every company has come out with a new brow gel recently. But I love theirs. It was a wonderful color. It applied nicely. The brush put it on very smoothly. But I wanted to try this pencil. They have a new brow pencil that's on a slant. So I wanted to try this. I really like it. It's like most that are out right now. It's got the little spoolie on the end, but it seems very creamy. That seems to be something about Half Caked. All of their products are very creamy and blend well. Now, you've heard me talk over and over about this pencil. I still love this. This is the NYX Micro Brow. I find that the little areas where I have holes in my brows where there's no hair, this just makes it look natural. That's very hard. A lot of brow pencils that are thicker, wider is what I mean. They just don't cover those areas well. This has got such a fine point, just like the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Here's the Brow Wiz right here. Let's show them together. The points are pretty much the exact same size. So no matter what pencils I try out, I always keep the NYX around because it seems to get in those areas where nothing else will. For eye primer today, I'm using the Milk Pencil. I've talked about this before. It's great because you can even create an ombre lip with this. But I'm using it to brighten up my eyeshadow. Now, if you have very dry lids, I would not recommend this. This isn't super creamy like my Sorbet I talk about so much. It's a little bit more of a drier formula, but that's what really keeps those shadows on the lid and makes the color pop, because this is so pigmented with white that any color you apply on top, you're going to get that true color. So I like having this around, but I don't really apply it in this area because it's a little too drying for me. But I love it, and it's a great little multitasker. I bought some new shadows for this video. I wanted to try the NYX Ultimate Bright Palette. Look at how bright these are. Most of these shades are sort of out of my comfort zone. Like many of you, I gravitate to some of the nudes and plums, but nothing so bright. But I love purple. And my daughter Danielle has this palette, and she goes, "Go ahead and get it, Mom. I think you'll like it." She says, especially this third row here. Actually, it's the second when you hold it upright, of pinks and purples. I'm super excited. I'm going to play around with these bright colors and maybe come back with another look in a video. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments. Sort of something way out of my comfort zone, but I really like the way this turned out. Another NYX eyeshadow I love are these glow shots. I've shown these before. I bought the green shade and it was so pretty. Now this one's very versatile. This one's called Highkey Lychee, but it is so great for a multitasker. It's one of those champagne shades you could put on top as a topper on any eyeshadow you own, and it's going to make it look so beautiful, add a more luxe look. So I always like having some kind of shade like this around, and these are so affordable, much more than some I love from like Charlotte Tilbury that are so pricey. This gives you that luxe look for so much less. I like NYX liners. I've bought so many eyeliners from them. I just decluttered, and some of them were older and I threw them away. So the one I had right now in my collection was the Jumbo Eye Pencil, and I really like using these for liners. This shade is dark brown. I typically use a brown, a navy, a burgundy liner if I'm using liner, and I go in with a flat brush. Today I'm using a Bdellium brush. This is actually a concealer brush, but it is so great for blending out these type of liners. If I use Mally or any other brand that's a crayon like this, I always blend it out to give a soft look. Now, when I'm done with that, I go in with my Garnier Micellar cleansing water and I clean up underneath. You're always going to have a little bit of fallout from shadows, and maybe you want a precise line. So I just take a Q-tip and use this and get it all cleaned up. I love tubing mascara because number one, it doesn't flake. Typically, at least the ones I've tried. The other thing I love about it is the cleaning of the lashes. You just wet your lashes and the little tubes just fall off. So I feel like it's really a gentle way to treat your lashes. Half Cake just came out with one called Totally Tubular. I really wanted to try it. The wand is sort of an arched wand, like say the Maybelline Lash Sensational has a wand like that. This grips the lashes beautifully. I really like the way my lashes came out. They're very lifted. I didn't curl them. I haven't been curling them on purpose because I want to see what the mascara can do on its own without a lot of tricks. So I just used this all by itself, and I think my lashes turned out nice. They look very fluttery. They're not clumped together. So I'm really loving this so far. If you're looking for a concealer, I highly recommend the Can't Stop, Won't Stop from NYX. I think it's got a beautiful formula. It blends out easily. I go in with my Bdellium. This is called the Golden Triangle Brush. I love how this is cut on a slant, and I just pat. Just keep patting. You can really get in the under eyes so nicely with this brush. I am just loving it. I use it all over the face, but especially in the under eye. Now this has the typical doe foot wand, and I'm in the shade Natural. But this has been a wonderful concealer. I believe I purchased this before. I repurchased it again to have it to show you today because I'd used mine up. But this is a great little concealer. For foundation today, I'm using the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Again, this has been out for a while. I like that this blends nicely and stays on the skin. It won't stop. It just adheres beautifully to the skin. This is full coverage. I typically don't use full coverage, so look at how much was left on my palette. A lot. You won't need much, especially if you thin it out like I did on the palette. If you leave the foundation just like a clump, you'll pick up too much when you're applying it. So I like to thin it out first, then start applying it. I use so much less product. So if you've never tried that, that is a good tip to try. It will save you some money. I'm in the shade Natural. Now they promise 24-hour coverage. It says up to 24 hours. This is one of those that's really going to last. This is a great foundation for summer. Here in Florida, the humidity is super high. You'll break a sweat walking to the mailbox. So I need something that's going to really last. And this is a great one, especially for this time of year. I bought a lot of NYX cheek products, but most of you have tried them. So I wanted to share my favorites from Half-Caked. Now they have a line called Candy Paint, and it comes in this cute little heart with a mirror in it also. So that's great. Now, not only can you use these on your cheeks, but they're for your lips too. I love that. I love when a product is a multitasker. Now, my favorite cheek shade I'm wearing today is called Disco Lemonade, but I haven't tried a shade yet that I didn't love. This is just a great summery, bright kind of a shade. And then their highlighter, this is Sugar Cookie. This is so beautiful. This is one I like to put on the center of my lips if I want to sort of create a little luminosity. So these products together work so beautifully on the cheeks. They blend nicely. I just use my fingers. You can always go in with a brush, or I blend around the edges with my Stands Out sponge. But this is such a great product that I definitely will repurchase. I don't think you're going to find a more affordable and effective contour stick than the Wonderstick from NYX. This is just fabulous. I have the light medium, and I think it's the perfect shade for me. It's really easy to blend. I'm not a big fan of dark, heavy contour on my skin because my face structure itself is very angular. So a lot of days I don't wear contour, but I know many of you do, and I wanted to share this with you. So I like that it really does have a true gray tone to it, at least in the light medium shade, and then a beautiful rosy champagne highlighter. I didn't use that today because I wanted to show you the Half-Caked, but this is such a great pencil, so affordable, very creamy and blendable, and it's one of my all-time favorites. Half-Caked also has this that I love for blush. It's a little stick, and it's so Charlotte. You know who I'm talking about. This has a little bit of a luster to it. I think it's so great if I'm feeling like my skin is looking dull and I just need something to perk me up. I use this. Very creamy, very blendable. Now the shade I have is called Pop Star, but I love that they came out with something that gives you that look, you know the look, without all the price. NYX has so many great affordable lip products. I wish they would come back with their bullet lipsticks. Remember the huge line of their bullet lipsticks they had? They were so creamy. You can still find some on Amazon, and I've seen some in some like beauty supply stores, but they're not readily available like they used to be, and I just love those so much. But they have so many glosses now and lip oils. I recently saw this fat oil compared to the oil from Dior. It's just so beautiful. I'm going to order that one to see myself whether they're similar or not, but this is the shade Supermodel. I really love it. I wear this often. I actually bought a couple more of these. I rarely repurchase so many from a brand because I try so much makeup. it's hard for me to try all the stuff I'm trying now without buying so many shades. But this is one I went back for multiple shades because I love the way it hydrates my lips and I love the way it looks. You know I love the lip butter gloss. I've talked about that. My favorite shade right now is Strawberry Cheesecake. I really like that one. But these I feel are amazing. I actually have one more of these I didn't bring with me that's more of a white shade that's so pretty for bringing luminosity to any lipstick you already have on. Maybe you have a matte and you want it to look more luminous. I like it for that. But this shade here is Milk It Pink, and I love how these feel on the lips. I love the way they look. This shade that I'm wearing that's more of a beige is Cookies and Milk. The third shade I'm wearing today is UB Milkshake. All of these feel so wonderful on the lips, a lot like the butter glosses. And they have such a juicy look to them that I feel like they make my mature lips look so much more youthful. Lip liners. I probably have more NYX lip liners than any brand I've ever tried. I do like the regular pencils that you can sharpen. This is a pretty popular shade, Peekaboo Neutral. It's a dupe for a Charlotte shade, so a lot of people love that, but my favorite are the retractable. Now, the one I'm wearing now is Sand Beige. This is a very popular shade in this line, but I like that you can just roll it up. You don't have to be looking for a sharpener. These are very, very creamy and long-lasting too. So my favorite of the two is the retractable. NYX has created so many shades in their lip pencils that if you're looking for a shade, they probably have it. This is one of their most popular products. It's the NYX Matte Finish Spray. Now you'd probably think, why, Laura Ray, would you want matte on mature skin? But like I said, right now, the humidity here is so high that in 2 seconds, I will get a shine because of the humidity. It just makes your skin so sticky. So I bought this for the summer, and what I like to do is spray it right into my Stands Out sponge because then I can apply it in a very soft way and not get it in my eyes. Now I have to breathe it in. So I sort of go off to the side and go like this on the sponge and then just go in and go over. One thing you can do if you're having trouble keeping your makeup on this summer, which I totally get, is use the setting spray throughout the process of putting your makeup on. So for example, you could put some on after you put your primer on before your foundation, and then when you put your foundation on, layer another layer of setting spray. This can be layered. I don't wear a lot of powder in the summer. I actually find that the setting spray works great for keeping the makeup on, and this way I don't get a cakey look. One other product I had to share from Half Caked is their Star Bright. This is a brightener for the under eye, but you could use it on the cheekbones. This is awesome. I call it a liquid version of the Becca Smashbox Under Eye Brightener. So it's very easy to apply because of the wand. Now they do have multiple shades and the shade's not marked on here. So I will make sure that it's in the description of the video. Now, if you're wanting to purchase any of these products, all the links are beneath the video. Just click the More button. I do get a small commission when you purchase from there, and that supports my channel. That's how I could afford to go out and buy these to try them for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know if you'd like to see any more one brand or two brand shares where I show you the makeup on and talk about the reasons why I like these products so much. I appreciate and love you all. I hope you'll leave me a comment, and if you enjoyed the video, a thumbs up. Hope you have a beautiful and blessed week, and I'll see you soon.